Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you're new to the Starship, or if you're returning, my name is Relics, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over ways that can help you choose which legend you want as your main, or that you want to play as in Apex Legends based on your playstyle. And at the end, I'm also going to cover something briefly that not a lot of people are talking about, but will greatly increase both your quality of play and in earning you more wins inside the game. The first role is defensive, and inside the defensive you have both your fat guy Caustic, your big boy brother Gibraltar, and you got all Synapse Watson. They all provide different abilities of zoning and defense that ultimately just bring together a level that is slow and methodical, but we'll get back to that. The next one is offensive. Every legend below that I'm about to mention is quick and has the ability to get in, get out, and deal damage quickly while minimizing their risk of exposure. Those legends are going to be Bangalore, Mirage, Octane, Revenant, and everyone's favorite poster child, Wraith. Like I said, Bangalore has her double time in her smoke, which allows her to get in and get out. You have the Mr. Bamboozler himself, Mirage, who has both decoys and then the Mega Bamboozler of his ultimate, just sending decoys in every direction. Octane obviously has his stem and his jump pad that allow him to move around real quick. Revenant has his passive where he can crouch faster and move faster while crouched, while scaling them walls. And then obviously his ultimate is Totem, which is the ultimate like screw you when they kill you. You just go back and you're ready to fight again. And then Wraith has her Void Walk. Even though it was nerfed recently, I think that it's very, very viable still. And her Portal, which provides a lot of utility. Next, you have the Recon class where you have Mr. Bluthhunter or Bloodhound himself, the Hacker Crypto, and everyone's favorite robot Pathfinder. Bloodhound and Crypto both allow your teams to be able to see and track enemy movements better, which ultimately allow you to have the upper hand. And Pathfinder allows you to get in and out of places that you may not have normally been able to get to with his grapple and his zip line. The last class that Apex Legends has is a support, and inside support you got everyone's Lifeline, and then the sexy devil herself, Loba. Lifeline is the only healing legend in the game. So between her Doc or Drone of Compassion, her heals, and her ability to fast revive, and then the care package, and then Loba's ability to see high loot through high, be able to see high tier loot through walls, and then her tactical ability being able to get to some places she may not have been able to get to before, and then ultimately the black market, which helps everybody in the team be able to get your hands on that loot before the enemy team. So, with all that being said, how do you know which legend is the best for you? Well, as a general rule, your defensive class is gonna want to be played if you're someone that likes to zone, if you like to control the map and where enemies can and cannot safely go. And that can be done with Caustic's traps that allow you to block off doors, and you can zone enemies through his gas and just be able to deal damage to them to make them not want to be there. Watson does a similar thing with her fences. You can completely block off doorways and entryways, create choke points, and things like that allow your team to have the advantage defensively. Gibraltar is incredible at countering the likes of like Caustic or Bangalore, and doing so with his dome that's impenetrable. As of right now, there's no way to penetrate Gibraltar's dome without going inside of it. So The defensive class is very, very good for somebody that enjoys dictating the course of the fight. So for those of you, I'm going to cover 2 different types in the offensive. For those of you that like to be quick and up in your face, and then those of you that like to deal a lot of damage. So I know they go hand in hand. However, Bangalore and Revenant by far will allow you to deal the most amount of damage. Through Bangalore's ultimate, where she calls down the bombs on the ground, and her double time allows you to move quickly and then get out with her smoke, allows her to deal a lot of damage but be safe while doing it. Revenant's very, very similar. You drop his totem, take the death protection, go in, deal that damage, and if for whatever reason you do die, you'll just be sent back to the death totem. They're a little bit more forgiving than the others, but they also allow them to do more. If you want to be up in people's faces, kicking them, stabbing them with Wraith's kunai, and that is your type of playstyle, then Mirage, Octane, and Wraith, they're gonna be your go-tos. Mirage's Bamboozle, and then his ultimate, which I call the Mega Bamboozler, allows you to go in and trick people while being up in their faces. You'll be surprised how often a simple decoy can get you out of a tough situation. Octane's Stem allows him to run and be the fastest legend in the game, allowing you to get in and get out. And then Wraith obviously has her Void Walk and her Portal, which both allow her a little bit of utility and safety net for when she has to go in and take those clutch plays. My last 2 are kind of gonna be similar. I think Recon and Support could both be classified under the same umbrella of support, but I'm gonna split them into slow and methodical and then support. So your Recon class, like I said, has Bloodhounder, Crypto, and Pathfinder. Crypto and Bloodhound allow for a lot more methodical. Maybe slower is the wrong word, but methodical for sure. So Bloodhound's tactical, allowing you to scan in front of you, and then his ultimate, allowing him to see in red and see where enemies have gone for a longer period, allows you to track and set traps better against the enemy. And then Crypto's drone, obviously for obvious reasons. One, he has to be slower and more methodical about it because he can't just crouch in the middle of a firefight in the wide open to drone. So he has to find safe places to hide, and then that methodicalness of using the drone, scouting for enemies, scouting for better loot, his EMP, all of that provide your team with the utility that you need, that you would expect from a Recon like type champion. The only difference between the slow and methodical, I would say, would be Pathfinder, and I would almost put him in as a assault. However, his passive allowing him to scan the Recon areas to find out where the next circle is and where the storm is going to collapse on provides him that Recon ability. But getting good and mastering his grapple will also give you that same versatility of getting in, getting up in somebody's face, and then getting out. So the last, but certainly not least, that I will go over, and I think is one of the most underrated roles in the game, is support. So if you like to be that person that supports the team, doesn't necessarily get all the credit, and isn't necessarily always the kill leader, support is your go-to. Lifeline is a healer that provides like combat heals in the middle of the shit. She's getting down with it. Second, her fast revive is a game changer since the last update in season 5. Her ability to have Doc bring somebody up while not distracting her from the fight or allowing her to revive a second teammate at the same time makes her the ultimate combat medic. For Loba, being able to provide your team with the highest tier loot available will ultimately help you secure the win. Now, with that being said, she can also see high tier loot through walls, and she has her tactical ability that allows for repositioning and things like that. But being able to use her black market as often as possible will help ensure that you guys and your team can win by having the best loot. So given that, I hope that kind of like sums up the different play styles and which legends fall in to those different play styles. I promised you a tip or a trick or something that not a lot of people are talking about, and it's going to tie into this. It's going to be roles. I do not think that enough emphasis is placed on the roles currently. So you have your support, your recon, your assault, and your defensive roles. However, people don't always perform the functions of their roles. Team composition and what legends you choose based on the composition of your team and what's going to benefit you guys the most, I don't think is emphasized nearly as much as it should be. Now, is having 3 recon legends necessarily a bad thing? No. But let's say you had a bloodhound coupled with a wraith, coupled then with a lifeline. You have someone that can track enemies, get you in and out quickly, and then someone that can provide you some form of support while you're in those firefights. Your chances of winning and surviving is almost 100% increased. So just keep that in mind as you're choosing your legend and you're going through the game. Just try to remember like, oh, hey, maybe we don't all need recon or we don't all need assault legends. Let me see if there's something else that would fit my playstyle but can also provide something better for your team. Alright guys, I hope this video helped you decide what legend is best for you and your playstyle. Just remember that each role has its advantages and its disadvantages, and that there will always be higher tier legends that are balanced better at the moment, but that does not mean that they're the ones that you have to play. Play with whatever one you're most comfortable with and then matches your playstyle. If you like this video and like to see more like it, ensure that you smash that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get notified on videos that'll help you play Apex Legends like a pro, and I'll see you all next time here on the Starship.